Hello and welcome back to the videos. So in this video, we're going to learn how to explain graph and chart because when you're giving a presentation, is it likely that you're going to use one of these visual aids in your presentations? So here, there are at least two ways to explain the graph or chart. Let's start with the first way, subject, verb, and adverbs. So let's look at the example together. The prices rise sharply in July. Sales fall slightly after the virus outbreak. The numbers of customers increase dramatically. The output doubles or triple quickly. So all the words here in the bold are subject, and they are followed by verbs: rise, fall, increases, has doubled. So let's look more closely at all the verbs here. There are three arrows here you can see. The first arrow is going up. This is the upward trend. So we can use the verbs like rise, go up, increase to show the upward trend. And then the next arrow is lie flat, which means that nothing changed or nothing happens. So we can use the verb like stay the same, remain levels, level up to show that nothing changed. And then the last arrow, this is the downward trend, so something going down. So we can use the words like fall, go down, decrease, or drop, or decline. So all the verb here will be followed by adverb like sharply, slightly, dramatically, quickly to explain how the price rise or how the sale fall. So let's look at the example together. We're going to do some mini exercise together. So we have a line graph here. And in the box, we have the verbs. We have stay the same, rise, upward trend, decline, downward trend, drop, also downward trend, and peak. Peak means to reach the highest point. And next to the verb, we have the adverbs here. We have dramatically, steadily, gradually. So let's look at the example together. In the examples here, we see the upward trend. So the subject of this sentence is sales. So when we see the upward trend like this, we can use the word like rise to show that something going up. So we can write something like sale rose gradually. We use gradually to modify rise. So let's look at picture number one together. So here, the lines just go flat. Nothing happens or nothing change. So we can pick stay the same. So we can write out like this. So stay the same. And then in picture number two, you can see that there are three phases here. First, cell stay the same, and then it's drop or decline, and then it's remain the same. So when you can read this very well, you can choose the right verb and adverb to explain the line graph here. So in these sentences, you can write something like sales stay the same and then decline dramatically. We use dramatically here to explain how the sale declines or drop. Next, look at picture number three. So here we see the downward trend. So in the downward trend, we can use declines or drop. And then we can see that it's going down in a regular ways in like a same pace. So we can use the adverb like steadily or gradually. So here we have sell, drop steadily. And then in the last pictures, okay, there are quite a movement here. So at the beginning, you can see that the cell stayed relatively the same. And then it rise or rose steadily until its peak, until it reached the highest point before it drop a little bit. So you can write something like this. At the beginning, sales stay the same, and then sales rose steadily and peak before falling slightly or before dropping slightly. So here, how you use subject, verb, and adverb to explain right gaps. Now, let's do similar exercise with the bar chart, okay? So we have the bar chart here with all the verbs and adverbs. First, we have remain levels. Remain levels, similar meaning with stay the same. And then we have increase, dramatically. Increase is the upward trend. And then we have fell with a downward trend. And also we have fell steadily and fell dramatically, which means fell suddenly, really rapidly and very fast in a noticeable way. And then we have rose, which means upward trend, rose steadily. So here, let's look at the bar chart, okay? So with these two bar chart, you can say that, okay, we use sales as the subject. So you can say that sales stay the same and then it increased dramatically. So you can write something like this. Sales increased dramatically, okay? Next, you can see the upward trends here that the bar charts going up in each quarter. So you can write something like sale rose steadily. Here, nothing changed, so we can use sales remain levels. Okay, and next, okay, from the two bar charts here, at the beginning, the sale remained the same, and then it fell. How does it fall? It fell quite dramatically. So you can write something like this. So fell dramatically. And then here we also see the downward trends here. So you can use sell fell steadily. So this is the examples of how you can use subject, verb, and adverb to describe a graph and chart. So apart from this, we also have noun phrase with adjective and noun to explain graph and charts as well. So let's look at the example together. The charts show a significant rise in sales. A significant rise in sales helped to boost the share price in March. The company saw a sharp fall in our production during COVID-19 pandemic. A sharp decrease in our annual budget affected our sales in the first quarter. There was a sudden increase in prices. A moderate fall was recorded in July. So look at the first example together. The chart shows a significant rise in sales. In this sentence, the subject of the sentence is chart, and it is followed by verb, shows, and a noun phrase with adjective and nouns here is used to describe the movement, describe a trend. So we can see that there is a significant rise in sales here. The noun phrase can also be used as the subject of the sentence as well, like in this sentence. A significant rise in sales is the subject and it is followed by a verb to help. So here we can use an adjective and nouns to modify or to explain graph and chart as well. So we are going to go back to the previous exercise and then I'm going to show you how to use a noun phrase with adjective and noun to explain graph and chart. So here, okay, if we go back to this picture, okay, so in this picture, we use a subject, verb, and adverb. So we're going to change it into the noun phrase with adjective and noun. So here, if I use a block here, okay, here, the subject is a cell. So you can say that sales experience. So you can change rows here and change it into a noun, right? And then we can change gradually from adverb into an adjective to modify the noun. Don't forget an article. So here. So you can say, you can change the subjects, verbs, and adverb into a noun phrase by using sales experience a gradual rise. Okay. So okay, another example here. If we look at picture number 3, so the picture number 3, sale dropped steadily. So in these sentences, we can change it into a noun phrase as well. So we can say sale, and then we find some verb, show. Here, we can change verb drop into a noun. And then steadily is an adverb. So we're going to turn it back into the adjective. So here we have the two sentences here that have the same meaning with subject, verbs, and adverbs, but we use the noun phrase with adjectives and noun to explain the graph and chart. So we have a gradual rise, and we have a steady drop. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the bar chart here. So with the bar chart here, you have sales increase dramatically. If you would like to change it into noun phrase, you can easily change this sales. You can easily change increase into a noun and then change dramatically into an adjective. So we have something like sale are dramatic. So you can change the verb into a noun and adverb into an adjective. So then we can have the sentence with a noun phrase. Sales experience a dramatic increase. So let's do another example. So here, sales rose steadily. So we can change rose back into a noun, right? And then steadily, an adverb, we can change it into an adjective, steadily. And then we have to find a verb for it. So show a steady rise. So here are some examples that you can use both subject, verb, and adverb, and adjectives and noun to show the movement or to show the trends when you're giving a presentation. So let's do some exercise together. Okay. So here, some examples about the world population. So from 1920 to 2000, you can see the trends of the world population, how the world population changed from 1920 to 2000. So if we use subject, verb, adverb, okay, so we can write the sentence like this. We can describe the trend like this. So let's start with 1920 to 1960. So the world population increased slightly between 1920 and 1960. And if you would like to use the adjective and nouns here, you can use the world population as a subject, and then you find the verb experience, and then you use adjective and noun to describe the movement. The world population experienced a slight increase between 1920 and 1960. So here you can use both subject, verb, adverb, and adjective and noun to describe a line graph here. So let's try to describe the bar chart or the line graph together. So here we have a line graph here that show the change in European city tourism from 2005 to 2009. So when you are presenting the visual aid, there are some steps that you need to follow. First, you have to tell the audience what visual aid you are using and what is it about. And then you have to give the details of the chart or line graph that you use. And then you can start explaining the details of the line graph. For example, in the first paragraph, the line graph showed the trend in European city tourism from 2005 to 2009. So here in the first sentence, we talk about what visual that we use and also what it is about. So the line graph here shows the trend in European city tourism from 2005 to 2009. And then in the second sentences, we have the vertical axis represent the number of tourists in 10 millions, while the horizontal axis represent the year. So here the sentence describe the line graph here. And then we can start explaining the line graph in detail. So in the third sentence, European city tourism stayed relatively the same between 2005 and 2006, so it is the first period. And then European city tourism increased steadily for 3 consecutive years from 2006 to 2008. And then European city tourism experienced a slight decline from 2008 to 2009. So you can see that we use both the subject, verb, adverb, and noun phrase with adjective and noun to describe this line graph here. So let's try to describe another bar chart together. So here we have the bar chart. So first, as I said, you have to tell the audience what visual aid you use and what it is about. So the bar chart here show the amount of money spent on computer and smartphone from 2011 to 2015. So, and then you explain the details of your bar chart. So you would say something like, the vertical axis represents sales in $1,000,000, while the horizontal axis represents the years. And then you have two bar charts. The blue bar chart represents the computers, and then the pink bar chart represents smartphone. And the next sentence, there were upward trend in spending on both items. This is the overview of the results. So both of the computers and smartphone has the upward trends. And then you can start explaining each bar chart or each category using the sentences like this. From 2011, computer sales show a steady increase by 5 million each year. And then you can explain the smartphone section. So you can say smartphone sales remain the same at 10 million from 2011 to 2013, and then it's increased dramatically in 2014. So here is how you describe the bar chart or the line graph. And next we are trying to explain the pie chart together. The pie chart is a bit different from the line graphs and the bar chart because it doesn't show the movements or the trends. So in the pie chart, we talk about the market shares or the relative size of data in each section. So whenever you're going to explain the pie chart, you're going to explain each section. So here, let's start with the first sentence. The pie chart shows student grades in biology class. So we now know that we use pie chart, and the pie chart is about student grades in biology class. And then the next sentence is, there were 4 grades in this class, A, B, C, and D. In this sentence, the sentence shows an overview of the pie chart that there are 4 grades in this class. And then I start to explain each section of the pie chart, starting with the uh, dark blue segment. So you would say the dark blue segment show the majority of the student, the majority of the class got B, accounting to 42.9%. And then you start describing each sections of the pie chart. So here is how you explain graph and chart using simple sentences. So it's a bit long, this video, but I hope it could be useful. And then I see you in the next video. Thank you.